I'm Mark Anderson, continuing the Across the Nation video news series for American Free Press. This is Amanda Teegarden of OK Safe. She's an Oklahoma activist. She's been speaking, as have many, at this annual Freedom 21 conference here in Dallas, midsummer 2008. And I've interviewed a number of people at this very informative event. And Amanda today has shared some very concluding and all-encompassing insights on the emerging global order under the Agenda 21 and Sustainable Development paradigm. And Amanda, thanks for being with me for this news film. If you would, sort of summarize what you told the audience today here in Dallas.
Well, Mark, my presentation, the OK Safe presentation, was on the global tracking system that involves supply chain management. It was developed for the Department of Defense and has been morphed into a commercial application to track all the assets in the world. And as I discussed, you and I are assets. We're also resources in this global supply chain management.
Sounds a bit impersonal, doesn't it?
It's very impersonal because you're just a small part of a supply chain network, what's called the global network. The Real ID Act fits into this because of the national ID card, or excuse me, international ID card that would have your biometric information in it, and a tracking ability. An enhanced driver's license would enable you to be tracked globally.
With this RFID chip, which stands for Remote Frequency Identification, I believe.
Yes.
Right.
And what this is, what I was specifically honing in on are what super corridors are. Super corridors are it's a transportation system that includes intelligence, which has to do with the technology that's installed in the corridors, global access to global positioning systems, GPS tracking, advanced transportation systems, commercial vehicle operators. All these kinds of things fit together. There are 5 programs that are involved in the tracking system that are installed, are part of a super corridor. A super corridor is not just a highway, it is rail, truck, and water. And so I was focusing in on that. And sustainable development, in its essence, is about controlling the Earth's resources and controlling the production and distribution of those resources.
Including people, products, raw materials. It's all, a man is a hammer, is a pair of shoes, is a piano. What people and things, people and products are all looked at interchangeably, it seems.
We fit into the scheme of a resource and an asset. And an asset could be a thing or it could be people. So you and I are assets, you control assets. I come from a retail background, so I know about inventory control. So this is inventory control on a global scale. The transportation system is necessary to connect and to move those resources from point A to point B.
Hence the Trans-Texas Corridor and the rest of the NAFTA superhighway system, hence the shipping routes from Asia over to here that would connect these cargo, RFID chipped cargoes to be trucked and railed into the United States or through the United States.
Right.
And all this tracking by satellites and through these chips on people and products, which are interchangeable, it all is supposed to be into this seamless system.
The system has to be interoperable. What interoperable means that these computer systems and these diverse sources of data can all be correlated and compiled together. Interoperable means your computer system can communicate with my computer system to create a linked global network. And what you said here, all these things, these technologies for tracking systems were originally developed for the Department of Defense. It is a military application, and they are linked internationally.
Interesting and disturbing. It seems that the United States, in the mere matter of, say, 5-6 decades, has went from being a creditor nation, not a debtor nation, it was a creditor nation, being chiefly an exporter, would minimally import things, be it food or anything else, and we've become this huge debtor nation. We import things that we could easily produce ourselves within a sovereign framework. You know, it's just a major overhaul or undermining or overturning of what we once were, isn't it?
It is. It's the exact opposite of what grew us into America's superpower. It is actually stripping us of our assets, stripping us of our resources, and redistributing the wealth and the technology and the development is now spread out globally. We are here to supply finances initially, and then there's not going to be much left for the American people in the United States unless We continue to resist the effort to enslave us in this global network.
And OK Safe being one of us, a group of significant organizations that's doing that. Tell us briefly about OK Safe, mainly how to get a hold of it.
OK Safe, you can go to our website at www.ok-safe.com. We're an organization for sovereignty and free enterprise out of the state of Oklahoma. We also have established an Arizona Safe. We're working on a Kansas Safe and hopefully a Texas Safe. And we're promoting the free enterprise and the sovereignty of individual states and the sovereignty of the United States.
Certainly these are the battleground states too, Texas, Oklahoma, where the corridor coming out of Mexico, that's sort of the front lines. So Oklahoma, as I understand it, is sort of backing up Texas too to make sure that this corridor, backed by Texas Governor Rick Perry, does not make it very far.
Oklahoma is in the resistance business at the moment. We're trying to protect not only the sovereignty of the state, but we don't want the Trans-Texas Corridor touching 1 foot of land in Oklahoma.
As Senator Brogdon told me yesterday. Thank you, Amanda. And that concludes this news segment. I'm Mark Anderson with Across the Nation, writer for American Free Press. Check it out at AmericanFreePress.net